So I guess for me, I'm actually taking this as an opportunity to read again the report about women veterans. And, you know, I was recently recognized by women in the defense world because of this work, but it's not public yet, and that worries me greatly. I also am finding it hard to listen to the back and forth between the Conservatives and the Liberals about who was worse in the role that they played with veterans. And, you know, I don't know that that's why we're here. So I just want to be clear. I need to get this report done. We have a commitment to women to get this done. This matters more to me than anything else I've ever done in this committee. It means that much to me. So if we cannot get this resolved, I'm going to encourage people to use other ways to get the answers that they need, and I will be looking towards supporting an adjournment. Because if this is all this is going to be is a back and forth about this monument and we're not going to get where we need to get, I cannot sacrifice the work that we did for women veterans on that. So I just want to be really clear with the committee that this is the direction I'm starting to go in. And I'm hoping that we can get somewhere. And I will repeat this again. We saw in the testimony on this monument that even though we keep hearing the Liberals say that it was veterans who responded, we have no clear way of knowing that that happened. And that does bother me. I trust veterans. I believe if veterans know that they're being asked questions, they are going to step up and they are going to answer. But there's a confusing lack of communication for me, because I also have heard very clearly, and I think everyone in this committee has heard it, that veterans often feel that they are not connected to these systems. You know, when we were talking about the transfer of the services for veterans to support them with rehabilitation being moved to private sector, we heard very clearly that a lot of them had no idea this process was going to happen. And we heard the ministry say, yes, we sent out information. And, you know, one of the things that I proposed is a letter should be sent or something more physical. We are not doing our job in this country for veterans around connecting with them. So I don't buy what I'm hearing on the Liberal side. And I don't even know that there is a big drama that was hidden behind this. I don't know what's behind it. But at this point, I'm having to make a difficult decision, and I'm going to choose the women. I'm going to choose them every single time. So I just want the committee to know that I hope we can get this figured out. And if we cannot get this figured out, then I'm willing to adjourn to get this work done. But I also want the committee to know I'm willing to come back, but I am going to prioritize the women. And I think that this is an impossible decision, and it's not right that I have to make it. But like I said earlier, I will choose the women every single time. They've been made invisible, and I will not continue to support that.
Thank you, Ms. Blaney. And we all know how important that study is for all members here. We were so happy to do that study, and there was collegiality between us to have that study. And as you know, we have a lot of recommendations, and those recommendations, we hope that they can be implemented for women. And the analyst told me that I said that it's going to take 3 meetings, but the analyst told me that we will have more than 4 meetings to finish that study on women. So before I go to Mr. Desilets, il y a Madame Hefner qui souhaitait intervenir. Madame Miss Hefner.
Thank you, Chair. I want to say how much I appreciate the intervention from Ms. Blaney. And I wasn't here for the testimony of either of those studies, but I think I would really like to get to the women's study as well. And I really appreciated the comments from my colleague, Mr. May. I think it's clear from the interventions that we've heard just today and by the behavior of the Conservatives that they don't want to accomplish anything at this committee. They're just trying to obstruct us. And I think Mr. May also made a very good point about the nature of this debate. And so I would like to move that we move this discussion in camera.